Peace and infinite blessings to all of the beloveds. This is a spontaneous transmission. Just all of a sudden felt like doing this live. Been a while since I've done a live. I've been doing pre-recorded predominantly, and I was here on my patio doing some transformational work with my staffs. So I decided, maybe you would have liked to have some of that energy as well. But first, I'm going to just share a little bit with the didgeridoo. I always love it when I offer the frequency of the didgeridoo. So I'm going to go ahead and get my staffs now and show you what I was doing just before I had the idea to do this live. So let me bring over my crystal staffs. This is what I was working with on my patio, just doing some spiritual practice for myself in the wielding of these sacred instruments. And I just felt like, oh, the beloveds might like to have some of this frequency as well. So in a moment, I'm going to show you what I was doing with them. But first off, just want you to see the energy. These are crystal staffs, that I make. They're, very large instruments. They stand about, I usually make them anywhere from 5.5 to 6 feet tall is what they are. And there's a technique that I do called wielding the spirit that I was taught by Creator Source from within to move the frequency by way of circular spiral movements. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and you can focus upon what it is that you are wanting to have for yourself in this frequency, because it's an energy that will facilitate tremendous balance. The balance being the BALANCE, be all and C. So sending forth this frequency now to, first off, create balancing within the root chakra. The root chakra, our place of foundation. That place that represents groundedness, represents methodology, timing, systemization, and structure, and the foundations that we build upon in our lives. And so focus upon what is it that you want to give greater structure to. Also, I want to create a different angle because I need a little more room here to do what I'm doing. So let's just move this over just a little bit like that. And I think I'll be much, much better off to be able to get this done. Here we go. That's what I wanted. And so focus upon manifestation. What is it that you want to manifest? And because I am one with you and you are one with me, as I am wielding the Spirit through these ascension staffs, you live as a cellular counterpart inside of me. And because you live as a cellular counterpart inside of me, then that which I am doing is a resonance within your own being. And also all of this movement is going on inside of you. In truth, I am on the screen of your life, projected onto the screen of your life, but I live within the inner sanctum of your being, just as you are projected onto the screen of my life, but where you really live is in the inner sanctum of my being. It's the same as when we go and we see a movie, and we are able to objectively engage with the movie on the screen. And yet, in truth, the movie is not on the screen. The movie is actually in the projector. The movie is projected onto the screen so that we are able to have then an objective relationship with that movie. When in reality, everything exists subjectively inside of us. I exist subjectively inside of you. You exist subjectively inside of me. And so you can, by deliberate intention, call forth the wielding that I am engaging in to be a frequency of balance for you, balancing your energy field. So own that now and affirm the balance of your field by virtue of this wielding of spirit as we are creating synchronicity and harmony within the root chakra so that our timing is more pristine, our methodology is on point, our systemization is good, our structure and our foundation intact. We are calling forth that resonance as we turn our attention, to turn our awareness and intention and feelings toward that frequency broadcast in the quantum field that is a representation of total balance within the root chakra. Feel that, beloved. Feel your root chakra coming to supreme balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, be all and see. Be all and see. That's balance. You are absolutely worthy of and welcome to all of the balance that exists within the whole of the universe. You are the microcosm of balance ad infinitum because you are the microcosm of Creator Source. So feel the vibration of the balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, be all and see. And to be all and see and to truly be at full resonance with the vibration of balance, you recognize that all of the balance that is, was, or ever will be is your balance, because you are every being and every being is you. All of the sacred groundedness and foundation and structure and manifesting that is, was, or ever will be is also your manifestation by extension. My manifestation by extension. All of the abundance that exists within the whole of life is your abundance by extension, is my abundance by extension. So we call forth the abundance that is connected with the root chakra, and we elevate on up the spiral staircase into the sacral chakra, the place of creation, the place of sacred sexuality, but also it is the place that carries the woundedness of the sexual abuse and the sexual misuse and all of the dark energies that we as human beings can sometimes play around in. And so we balance and heal and clear that energy of misuse, and we align with the divine creation, because the second chakra, that's sacral, is also the place of creation. So we clear that chakra to align with what it is that we are wanting to create within our lives. And in that creation process, we recognize that everything that we could ever call into being as a creation is really a summoning forth of a formless reality that is alive and well as a formless frequency in the quantum field of infinite possibilities, aka the cosmic consciousness of God, the Akashic records being the book of eternal remembrance. And so everything that we want to create is waiting as a formless embryo in the quantum field of infinite possibilities. When we know that what we seek to create is an already isness, then it becomes easier, because we then recognize that we are simply ushering something that is formless into the domain of form. And formless reality is not different from the reality of form. It's one vibration. And when things come into the resonance of form, it's simply formlessness that has slowed down in vibration enough so to then take on the garment of physicality. But it's still one vibration, formlessness, slowing its vibration down and then coming into crystallized form. Feel the power of you as a creator. Feel your oneness with every creative being that is, was, or ever will be. That you have a co-creative hand and heart and mind in every amazing creation, because you're one with every amazing creating being, creative being. Own that. No more renting with option to buy. Own your oneness with all of the sacred creators. As we move up to the solar plexus to balance things associated with the emotional body, we want to have equilibrium and balance within our emotionality and let go of being programmed away from our feelings. In our world, we are trained to be fearful of feelings. Feelings is the throne of being. There's a great synergy that exists between being and feeling. And so we want to align with the synergy of being and feeling, in the realization that the things I know about what I think are partly good and they partly stink. Not a bad start, but partly sealed truth of the head is half revealed. What was the bid when I was a little kid? If I want to be smart, then learn it by heart. What a dread when I learned it by head, for in all my learning I woke up dead. How can my truth be alive and real unless it's truth that I can feel down the highway of ignorance and strife? Mere thinking was at the wheel of my life. Intellect was wheeling and dealing, but now I'm chauffeured by my feeling. I don't mind showing what's inside. We are all one. Why should I hide? When I do, from me I steal, for I can't heal what I won't reveal, and I can't heal what I'm unwilling to feel. So life, mother of all good things, thanks for the wisdom feeling brings. In feeling there is nothing new except that which I always knew. From stinking thinking to revealing feeling, let's all open up and have a healing. So we balance the third chakra, the solar plexus, and we clear the emotions, and we come into the embrace of the elevated emotions, the elevated feelings that we use in order to come into alignment with what it is that we want to summon forth from the quantum field of infinite possibilities into this domain of crystallized reality. Every amazing thing that will ever come to be in manifestation exists right now as a probability wave of formlessness in the quantum field. And so we lay our intention upon the altar of the Most High, who then causes that probability wave of formless frequency to collapse into a particle of crystallized manifestation. And then we are in the manifest fruition of all of our dreams. And yet, it is an empowerment to be where we're going before we get there. because for us there's simply nothing new except that which we always knew. And everything that will come to be exists already. Be where we're going before we get there. As we now offer balance unto the heart chakra, that place that is the central aspect of our being. And all of the love and all of the light. We are one with every being who expresses love. We are one with every fruition that is brought about by love. We are love. And there is no spot where love is not. Love has a presence that is everywhere and a boundary that is nowhere, because love is a supreme quality of the Most High, as we are supreme extensions and descendants of the Most High. So likewise, we have a presence that is everywhere and a boundary that is nowhere. There is no boundary that can inhibit the eternal expansion of our souls. And so we eternally expand in the frequency of love. And then we move up to the throat chakra, where we're going to walk our talk and speak our truth and be in our emotional honesty. Sacred guts on the table. We speak the truth. We engage in the emotional honesty. And we recognize that our intention aligns with the purity of Creator Source. And so we are always heard, even if not in the exact moment when we share with a particular individual. All of our sharing is sharing with the universe. All of our sharing is sharing that is all inclusive and not exclusive. When you know that, then you don't worry about whether someone is hearing you or getting you, because you know the universe gets you. You know that the Most High gets you. And even when you speak to an individual who's not ready to hear what you share, there may be 10,000 others in the universe that are ripe and ready for that very same thing that you share, who receive that vibration, is quickened by it, and the royalties of it come back to you and expand your being and quicken your spirit. So let go of the need to be heard. Let us all let go of the need to be heard. Yes, we want to be heard, but we don't need to be heard. We let go of the expectation of desperation, and we align with the expectation of inspiration. And the expectation of inspiration knows that in due season of eternity, we are always heard. And God, in fact, in that now moment, always hears what it is that we have to share. As we raise the energy up into the first eye, and see what is needed, that our prayers will be heeded, see it as though we've already succeeded. People call that one the third eye, and yet it is first before the two, rather than third after the two. When you call it by its deeper name, first eye, then you have a deeper and more expanded relationship with that capacity to see inwardly. And so we activate and create the expansion of the first eye to therefore activate the pineal gland, that part of us that has the capacity to navigate through that eternal blackness, that womb of eternal blackness, which is the quantum field, out of which all realities are born. You raise the energy up to the crown chakra, the Mount of Transfiguration, where God, Goddess, Absolute comes together into celestial copulation and gives birth to the universe and the multiverses. Universe, multiverse, gives birth to all that is. So we feel that activation bringing us into greater alignment with our God, Goddesshood. Finally, we connect with the chakras 8 through 12, which are those that are outside of the body. That is our access code into the all-dimensionality of the universe and the multiverse. And we receive that activation. that reality of selfhood that is infinite, that is eternal, that is all dimensional, that is omnipresent. So we are so honored, ecstatic, and grateful for this opportunity in this now moment to share in this transformation. Thank you for receiving the quickening. And thank you for giving a counterpart of this resonance to every other being in all existence. Because the activation of the drop is the activation of the ocean. The ocean and the whole of life is blessed by virtue of our co-creation. I am so honored, ecstatic, and grateful to co-create with you. Thank you for remembering who you are, remembering the glory of your being. Thank you for knowing that you make a monumental impact upon the expansion of life. Who you are as an individual being is a contribution unto life, the likes of which life can only get from you. Even a contribution unto Creator Source, the likes of which Creator Source can only get from you. And so it is an honor to dance in the resonance of this co-creation, this divine beingness in this now moment. Oh, my Goddess, Creator Source is so infinitely kind to us. Okay. Thank you, beloveds, for presencing with me. As I mentioned in the early part of this live, I was out here on my patio just doing some personal staff wielding for myself. And then I thought about, oh, the beloveds might like to have a little bit of that also. So I just spontaneously went and got the camera to share with you in that way. And so I'm so honored and grateful that I have the presence of mind and heart to do this so that we could share in this moment together. I am available for intuitive astrological readings and sound healing transmissions with didgeridoo and vocal harmonics. And I also practice as well as teach Reiki. And I have a couple of books and a great number of music albums, 26 in fact. So please go to my website, Astarius.com, Astarius.com, and get yourself some treasures over there. Thank you so much for playing in the field of win-win. And if you are being impacted and transformed by these transmissions, please share with 5 or 10 people, because when you share it forward, there is a greater multiplication of spirit that you experience on the individual level. You expand your spiritual equity, and there's this increase of interest within your being. So please share it forward and subscribe to my channel. And I do my work virtually. I'm available no matter where you are in the world. However, if you happen to be in Central Florida, you're welcome to have an in-person session as well. Thank you for presencing with me. I love you with the passion of heaven. And I also love to say, I appreciate love you. Fly well on the wings of ascension.